They laughed at Reform UK. Now they are silent. What happens when the political establishment runs out of lies and the people run out of patience? You get the moment we're living in right now. The British political class is facing a reckoning, one they long marked as impossible. Reform UK, once dismissed as a fringe party and a political afterthought, is now leading national polls. And the message from the public is clear. Enough. Enough of betrayal disguised as governance. Enough of two-party theatre. Enough of politicians who speak in circles while the country sinks beneath them. Britain is not broken. It's been hijacked. For years, voters have been offered the illusion of choice, red or blue, Labour or Tory, yet policies remain strikingly identical. Immigration rises regardless of promises. Public services collapse under mismanagement. Taxes climb. Freedoms shrink. And working families are forced to subsidize a state that gives them nothing in return. What passes for leadership today is a polished, PR-driven mockery of democracy. And finally, someone is calling it out. Nigel Farage's return didn't just disrupt the scene, it detonated it. His speech in Parliament wasn't a plea, it was a challenge, a line in the sand. He looked Keir Starmer in the eye and said what millions of ordinary people have thought for years. This government has no mandate, no moral authority, and no idea what it's doing. And for once, no one had the nerve to interrupt. Because for once, the truth was louder than the theatre. The old parties aren't failing. They've already failed. Starmer's Labour isn't a force of change. It's an empty corporate shell, managed by risk-averse careerists more loyal to Brussels in Davos and to Birmingham or Doncaster. The Tories, once a supposed party of sovereignty and stability, now stumble from one crisis to another, rudderless, spineless, and terrified of the very electorate they claim to save. They've clung to power by default, not by merit, and now that default setting has expired. Farage didn't speak as a politician. He spoke as a citizen with fire in his gut. He voiced the fury of pensioners choosing between heat and food, of veterans watching their country disintegrate, of young families buried under unaffordable housing, an invisible opportunity. His words cut because they came without polish, without spin, without apology, and in a chamber full of cowards pretending to govern. That kind of authenticity is radioactive. The Chagos betrayal is a case in point. A secret deal. No debate. No vote. No courage. Billions handed over in a gesture so shameful it should have triggered resignations. Instead, it passed quietly, wrapped in legalese and hidden from headlines. Farage exposed it because no one else would. He named what Labour and the Tories would rather the public never notice. That British sovereignty is being sold, piece by piece, in exchange for the approval of unelected elites. The reaction? Silence. Labour MPs sat frozen. The Conservatives, stunned. And Reform UK? They erupted, not in applause, but in recognition. This wasn't political theatre. It was political defiance. The dam is cracking, and the old guard knows it. Still, the media clings to its tired script. Dangerous populism, they say, as if popular support is somehow a flaw. Divisive rhetoric, they claim, while ignoring the very real divisions caused by economic decay, cultural erosion, and political negligence. The real danger isn't Farage. It's the system that created the vacuum is now filling. A system where politicians pretend to listen, while quietly aligning with global interests, technocrats, and think tanks. All while the electorate is reduced to a box-ticking formality every 4 years. But 2024 is not like other years. This isn't a protest vote. It's a political revolt. Reform UK isn't tapping into discontent. It's embodying it. And that terrifies the establishment. Because once the working class, the squeezed middle, and the politically homeless find common cause, the elite's game is up. What reform offers is not perfection, but it is clarity, it is honesty, and it is fierce accountability. Farage doesn't pretend to be polished. That's exactly why people listen. Because the last thing Britain needs right now is another smooth-talking manager pretending to be a leader. It needs a bulldozer. And reform has arrived with the engine running. The numbers are real. 30% and climbing. Not because of media endorsements or billionaire donors, but because the people, the real people, are tired of being ignored, ridiculed, and betrayed. They are watching their country change beyond recognition, and no one asked them. No one warned them. No one gave them a say. Until now. This is not about left versus right anymore. It's about the governed versus the governors. It's about reclaiming a voice that's been silenced by fear, bureaucracy, and elite consensus. Farage lit the match. But it's the people fanning the flames. The roar is growing. The establishment's playbook is obsolete. You can scoff. You can smear. But you can't stop what's coming. Because this time, the revolution isn't televised. It's voted for. Reform is not coming. Reform is here.